Mutual of Omaha is probably the most recognized company out of every one that we sell. Been around for over 100 years, and they have an excellent option for Term Life Express and Guaranteed Universal Life Express. Some of the benefits that they have is they do ages, actually it's 18 to 65, we'll correct that, and face amounts 25,000 to 300,000. It does change a little bit when you get a little bit older. It only goes to 250. The GUL Express is very unique because as long as you keep making the payment, it's guaranteed not to expire. Now, they do have a phone interview that's required for anybody on either product, ages 61 to 65. And here's the phone number. I recommend that you do it when you're in the house. If not, make sure you let them know that they're going to get a phone call from Mutual of Omaha, and they have to answer all the questions no. In terms of the medical, unless the question is asking about diabetes. If they have diabetes, it's okay to answer yes. It's just if they've had it prior to 50, they will get declined. So the next answer after the diabetic question is, have you had it prior to age 50? And as long as the answer is still no, then you're in good shape. Some of the things, that's like the biggest thing that we have to make sure that the person doesn't have diabetes that's medicated prior to 50. So if they were controlling it with diet and exercise and they were not medicated for it before 50, it does not count. The insurance companies are only looking for what's being diagnosed and treated. Okay. Now, you'll notice that all the other questions that they have on the questionnaire are, have you ever had? So if they say, have you ever had cancer, and the answer is no, then that's great. But if they had cancer 10 years ago, the answer is yes, they do not qualify for the product. At that point, you would want to go to one of the other companies, like Forrester says if you've had it in the last 10 years, you can't do it. CFG is 5, American Amicable is 7, and Phoenix is 5 as well, and UHL is 5. So if they've ever had cancer, don't go with Mutual. We got to go with another one. They do allow occasional cigar use, and you're still a non-smoker, which is great. And this is the company that we're go-to for return to premium. Actually, when you're out there in the field, as long as the person is not over 65, this is the company you want to start with most of all, because it's full compensation for your contract level. In fact, if you're just getting started and you need some funds to get your business going, I recommend to write a personal policy on yourself with Mutual of Omaha, because whatever the amount is that you put in, let's say it's $100, you're going to get back like $650 or $700 back in your account the next day to then use that and start buying leads and start funding your business. Okay, Phoenix does it as well, but they are slightly less compensation. So back to Mutual of Omaha, it's the easiest application we have because everything on here is going to be knockout questions. If they answer yes to a question, they do questions 1 through 7 on the application, they do not get the policy. Question 8, which is a diabetic question, that's the only one that's they're inquiring about when the diabetes had taken place. I believe that this is the company right here that you should be using the vast majority of the time. Great name recognition, excellent product, very versatile. They do have disability as well. It's all state specific, so if make sure you know which what options are available in what state. But you cannot do return to premium and disability on the same policy. They will not do both of those. They do have free critical, chronic, and terminal illness. Their terminal illness works like this. If you're terminally ill within 24 months, you're going to get somewhere between 92 and 94% of the death benefit, depending on your state. If you are critically ill, which means a heart attack, stroke, cancer, kidney failure, develop ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, or organ transplant, you can get up to 95% of the death benefit. Or if you can't do 2 of the 6 daily activities, like eating, bathing, toileting, driving, things of that nature, then that's the chronic illness benefit, and that moves in as well. That's free, so you can get more value for your money in terms of that as well. They do have either a $5,000 or a $10,000 child rider, and they also have a waiver of premium, and they have some free things that come along with the policy. There's basically there's 4, and depending on your state, you may be limited. One is the terminal illness, chronic illness, and critical illness that we mentioned before. and then the other three are state specific. One of them is the unemployment waiver premium, where if you're unemployed, they're going to make your house or your payment for your insurance for the next 6 months, and they're going to waive the cost of your insurance if you're unemployed. The other thing is if you are killed because of an accident and it's a common carrier, most oftentimes that's an airplane. It could be a train, it could be rapid transit, it could be a boat ferry, it could be anything like that. Anything that you've paid a fare to be on, if a cruise ship goes down, they're going to double the death benefit. So if you have a $150,000 life insurance policy, they're going to pay $300,000 if you happen to die in a common carrier accident. That's free as well. And then the last thing that they have is if you have more than $25,000 of damage to your home, they're going to waive the cost of insurance for the next 6 months. So if you have a natural disaster, a tornado comes through and rips apart your house, and it's more than $25,000 of damage, what they're going to do is they will waive the cost of your insurance premium for the next 6 months. So excellent company. Our liaison with this company is Brent Bench. Known him for a long time. Excellent person, and we have contacts at a lot of these companies like Mutual of Omaha and Foresters, so that we can get policies pushed through very quickly.